Dear son, it's Nathan, and though I haven't told you before, I am a superhero. The truth is, I was not always a superhero, but now I truly am. Let me explain. There is one thing that makes a true superhero, and a lot of people would like to believe that it's superpowers. Superpowers do not make a superhero, otherwise you upset everyone who loves Batman, which is everyone, except John Green. Overwhelming righteousness does not make a superhero, otherwise you exclude Batman. But there is an underlying rule about all superheroes that he shares. To be a superhero, you must have an origin story. And now I will break down the origin story of every superhero in 4 words, so that you will see that they are all alike. I was incredibly alone. Now, in the movies and the comics, they like to flesh things out a little more. They might say something more along the lines of, my parents were shot right in front of my face, or my home planet was destroyed. I was raised human, but I needed to keep everything about me a secret, lest the whole of humanity turn on me and I have to murder every single last one of them, which would be terrible. Or I was in a tragic accident and I have a heart condition and I can't trust anyone else to take care of that for me because I'm a horrible human being. Or I'm actually a raging green monster if things happen, and I really shouldn't be around humanity at all. Brings up the horrifying question, though, what is the difference between a superhero and a supervillain? And the tragic answer is not a lot. However, with a superhero, the origin story generally ends, I was incredibly alone, but then I found something worth fighting for. And the villain origin story usually ends, I was incredibly alone, so I started fighting. So what is it about that phrase, I was incredibly alone, that conveys power? I think Aldridge said it best. He was talking about the Joker, and he said in one of the movies, I remember this is an actual scene from the movie. Some men just want to watch the world burn. He was wrong. But he was also right. That feeling of incredible loneliness conveys an incredible power. The ability to watch the world burn. And for a villain, it can just happen. You can just watch the world burn. You can make it burn and you can watch it. For no other reason. But for a hero, they had that one thing that rescued them from that loneliness. And they can hold it in their arms and watch the ruin at their feet and know that they would do it again. Let's move on to Harry Dresden. Harry Dresden is one of my very favorite literary characters. He is a wizard in Chicago. And he becomes a superhero when he learns that he has a daughter. He goes and he rescues her and he commits genocide. Absolute genocide. Destroys every last man, woman, and child of a race for one human being. And he does. He sits on the steps of a temple, holding her in his arms, knowing that he did something inhumanely terrible and that he would absolutely make that same choice again. Harry Dresden is a superhero, and so am I. And I learned it. I learned it the first time I ever read The Little Prince to someone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Write something downstairs. Let me know your origin story. And as Saitama would say, keep it to 20 words or less. And tomorrow is Bounty Day. Named not for the bounty of the ocean or the land, but for the ship. You may have heard of it in the phrase mutiny on the Bounty. A number of men decided that being hung, murdered by Polynesians and each other, was a better fate than living another day under the rule of a man. Or supervillains. They were likely supervillains, really.